of age. 8 not. I don't have a wrinkle, do I?
Wow.
And I'm still working.
Oh, thank the Lord for that.
8 to 4 job. I'm still working.
Wow.
Sure.
And with even that one, it was given to me by God.
Mm.
That is why I'm still working today. But I have to do and help people with herbs. Ne? That's right. Where's our brother?
He's probably just gone to the bathroom.
Okay. Before I became an Adventist, I was already using this book, Back to Eden. And I think the people who wrote this book are Adventists, because they even mentioned Sister White. That's right. This is my Bible. And then this is the book that I always refer to when people have problems. How I got it, it's also a surprise. I had this thing that will say, go to, where? CNA. I didn't get it, this one at CNA. I was working for Randbeck. There was a shop called The Thyme. That's where I got the book. So something would just tell me, go to such and such a place, go Randbeck Mall. Then I found this book, Back to Eden, I was using. And when I became an Adventist, I asked some of the Adventists, how many of them have this book? They raised their hands. But where are the books? Full of dust. We have a tendency of buying and then putting away. I am not that type. When I buy a book, I read it from page 1 up to the last page. And if there's something that I can do, I experiment. I experimented with this book. The other hundreds of books that I have don't surpass this one. Back to Eden. It has everything. It explains everything except for the creams. The creams and all that and what, the skin, what. I've got that one. I got it from Margaret Roberts' farm. Okay. Last week I asked you what you would like to hear. Ne? Some of the things, some of the ailments you mentioned, heartburn, hemorrhoids, piles, stomach ache, which is indigestion, thyroid and diabetes. So this is what I'm going to talk about. And then I think next week I'll handle cancer. Cancer is broad. I have to do it so that you understand. I'll also do cholesterol. You didn't mention cholesterol, ne? Cancer, the heart, strokes and all that. That is what I'll handle next week. But today I'm having a heartburn. Ne? Okay. What is heartburn? It is a burning sensation. You feel there's something that is burning you. There's something that is sourish up and down the chest. Ne? You want to take it out, but it doesn't want to go out. And you can't eat. It's this heartburn. You can't drink water. It's this heartburn. Have you experienced that? Or has somebody told you that he's got that? No? It's heartburn. No? It's acids that are going up and down the esophagus. It's acids. And acids come from the food that we take. Presently, people are eating a lot of junk food. Junk food is in fashion. You don't know how it has been prepared. Just because you are hungry, you go for it, you eat and all that. And it causes and then the frizzy drinks, more Coke, everything that is frizzy causes what? Acid in the blood. And then if it is not, if it doesn't go and mixes with other enzymes, it definitely causes what? Heartburn. It's very painful. It's heartburn. It's very, very painful. They say it's frequent. It's up and down, up and down, up and down the gut. It is very common. It develops when you eat quickly, and then you eat without chewing. We've got it. And then you are always in a hurry when you eat. Yeah, that's right. And then you are warned that you must have your snacks and your food when you are relaxed. Don't eat when you are in a hurry, because that food that you put in here won't be digested. And then eat lots of fruit, vegetables, whole grain, instead of heart-burning foods like high-fat dishes. Ne? High-fat. There are people who say, I can't eat son or fat. Ne? The food must be fatty. I can't eat. I must see the feet. I've got it. The food must be oily. You want to see the oil.
Sure.
The food must be fried. You get it? We've got that, ne? And it's palatable when it has been fried. No, you are killing yourself.
Sure.
It's not palatable. You are putting poison into the body, ne? And then chocolate, coffee, and alcohol. Most of the people who have heartburn eat this way, ne? And then the healing foods, bananas. The banana soothes. It soothes. It's gel-like, ne? And then it soothes. It heals the gut, ne? And then the herb can be, it's chamomile. Do you know chamomile? Yeah, chamomile. It soothes, it heals, and it relaxes. Ne? And then ginger. Ginger relaxes the walls of the esophagus. It relaxes the walls of the esophagus. Ne? It aids digestion, ne? And it keeps the acid down in the stomach. That is ginger.
Just fresh ginger or in a tea, or fresh or in a tea?
With beautiful, it's beautiful. You can eat it, you can slice it, and or you can dry it, have it dry, drink it as a tea. But you can take it fresh as it is.
Will ginger powder work as well?
Oh, yes, ginger powder. Yeah. And then they say the Greeks like to make gingerbread. Yeah, gingerbread. It helps a lot. When we grew up, we used to buy the ginger cakes. You remember? Ginger cakes. And we didn't know for what reason, but they were for this. Okay. And then with ginger powder, it's just half a teaspoon to a cup of warm boiled water. Ne? Freshly grated. And then you can keep it for 20 minutes in the water, ne? Before you drink it. Ne? And then peppermint. We must grow it here. Ne? Peppermint. We also have, there are many types of peppermint. There's the black one, which is more relaxing and healing. The others are just for
Flavor.
to give taste and all that. Ne? And then cinnamon. It soothes the digestive system. You use it as a tea, or you sprinkle it on the meals. Ne? The meals, it can be your breakfast, can be your lunch, but you sprinkle a little on top. Ne? And it keeps the blood sugar level down. dill, D-I-L-L,
Dill.
and fennel. They do the same as well. Ne? You crush them. You buy them as seeds. You crush them, and then pour boiling water on top, and then you drink the water. Ne? And then pineapple. Pineapple, you just chop it into cubes and eat it as it is. Ne? Same with pawpaw. Pawpaw soothes the lining. You just, in fact, with pawpaw, we should be eating it with the peel. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. In Africa, they eat it whole as it is. Pawpaw seeds and all. It's just that we are not used to that here. Ne? We peel it and we throw away the outer peel, which is more medicinal. Okay. Okay. That is heartburn. Ne?
Mama,
Right.
Maria, can I just add on to what you were saying there? Just about speed eating. Yo, I used to gobble my food down I was always the first to finish. Probably still am. There's a good principle about, Sister White says that you must thoroughly masticate your food. Digestion starts in the mouth. So your saliva actually already starts to break down the food. Dr. Pottington says we should chew 32 times. Your food becomes like mash, and that's when you swallow. But I know that I don't do that, or not conscious of that, but yeah, 32 times to get it as mush. That's what gets digested faster, yeah.
Some of the things we are not doing them because we have not done it. But once you want to change your lifestyle, you can do it. Just ask God, I am your child. I want to live the proper way. Touch my tongue, touch my taste buds, so that everything that comes in here goes down properly. You just ask God to help you. In 2, 3, 4 days, 2 weeks time, we are used to eating food whole as it is. You have chewed it properly. The trick is in the chewing, as he says. The chewing. And then we come to hemorrhoids, piles. Ne? Who of you have suffered from piles? Piles. You piles. I've suffered from piles. And that happened when I was at varsity because we were eating too much bread, too much starch. You get it? We were eating all these things, eating. And then from there you have constipation. And then you want to go to the toilet, you can't do it, and then you want to press, and then when you press, it's painful, and then the piles start growing out, and then they bleed. Ne? And you can't even sit. If you are a woman, you are in trouble because now the dress becomes red because you are sitting on your piles, ne? And then they are breaking. Ne? They are painful, they are caused by constipation, eating wrong food. Ne? They form inside the rectum or around the opening of the anus. Ne? They are caused by increased pressure on the veins. When you are sitting on them, ne? There's pressure. Ne? Constipation and heart straining to go. You want to take out, but you can't. It's blocked. Eh? They can rupture and bleed. When you look at the toilet, you see that it's red, but nothing has come out, but it's red. Ne? Try by all means to prevent constipation. They are caused by nothing else but constipation. By all means, and constipation we can prevent it, as I said last week, by eating food with fiber. fiber, 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 fiber. Eating food, vegetables as they are with fiber. Eating all vegetables as they are with fiber. And then the fruits, apples, you name them, they help to ease the constipation. Go high fiber, na? Fiber absorbs water. The stools get bigger and wetter and heavier, and then they move out easily. Ne? They move out quickly and easier. Fiber softens the stools. It requires less pushing. Ne? You go. Actually, in real fact, we are supposed to. Once we have had our breakfast, we must take out yesterday's food. Must go to the toilet. After lunch, you must take out. Every time that we eat, we must deposit out the other food. But if we don't deposit, it stays in the belly and it causes constipation. And then, if you are not used to eating too much fiber, you do it gradually. You don't pump yourself with high fiber food in one day, but you do it gradually, slowly. You may start with a cup or half a cup, and then a cup, and then from there you find yourself eating 2 cups of fiber a day. Ne? But don't push yourself, go gradually. Okay, the high fiber is apples, beans. Beans, we've got them all, like black beans, chickpeas, kidney beans, lima, black eye beans, and then you also add them into soups and salads. You get? And then with beans, we all know that when you take beans, they form gas. Ne? Okay, so you normally boil the first and then throw out the first water, ne? So that you don't, it doesn't cause you to be woo all the time. Those are the beans. They have gas, ne? To make them not to have too much gas, ne? You add ginger. Ginger breaks the gas from the beans. Do you have it?
I just want to find out if the ladies are fine. Are you guys fine in the sun there? Oh, okay.
Can you also add bicarbonate?
Can I have?
No, I'm asking, can you add bicarbonate of soda to the...
No, don't do it.
Okay.
Bicarbonate of soda softens. It even softens meat. It softens vegetable. You can imagine what it does to your system. No, don't do it.
So alkaline, yeah.
We grew up doing it in our homes, but don't do it now. Now that you know. And then berries, ne? Eat lots of berries, dark leafy vegetables, ne? Okay. They all help to combat the hemorrhoids. And then you can combine apple slices, raisins, blackberries, red cabbage, toasted flaxseed, and make a combination. Eat to relieve your constipation and piles.
The ingredients again?
And then pineapple. This is what you must avoid. Ne? Avoid alcohol, coffee, dairy products, ne? And spicy foods.
Maria, can you just go through the list of ingredients? Just go through the list of ingredients again.
Pardon?
Go through the list of ingredients.
Okay.
You read an
Oh,
ingredients now,
okay.
I never got it all.
Okay. Apple slices, raisins, blackberries, red cabbage, toasted flaxseed. Flaxseed you buy it from a health shop. That's right. And then make a digestive cream. Make a digestive cream.
Blend it.
That's right. Yeah. Then it helps with your stomach and the piles. Ne? And then avoid alcohol, coffee, dairy products, spicy foods, and tea. The only tea that you can take that can help is rooibos. Rooibos is a herb. And then eat lots of pineapple, rhubarb stalks. Do you know rhubarb? The stalks, not the leaves. The leaves are poisonous. Don't ever eat those leaves. They are highly poisonous. But the stalks, they even make pudding with it.
So the stalks, what do you do? Put it in salad or soup or how do you prepare the stalk?
The what?
The stalk, the rhubarb stalk.
The rhubarb soup.
Yeah.
I
No
haven't,
stew, what do you make with this?
I haven't, but I know the people who know about it, they put it in the oven.
Okay.
Yes, they put it in the oven, it gets soft and then very nice.
Okay.
Okay. But please, please be careful. Don't take the leaves. They are toxic, very poisonous. It's hemorrhoids. I've done hemorrhoids. Then I come to indigestion. That is stomach ache. Ne? The Indians use coriander seeds to treat gas, colic, and then the Chinese use cinnamon for stomach indigestion plagues, and so we should do the same. The Indians, their dishes mostly have, they call it dali.
Danya.
Yeah,
Dania.
that's right. That is coriander. They use it a lot. And then the Chinese use a lot of cinnamon for digestion. Yeah. Okay, healing foods, basil. Basil is a herb. It's a herb of the mint family. Ne? It settles stomach upset. Ne? And then celery comes indigestion. And then peppermint, ne? It soothes the lining of the stomach. Am I fast? Peppermint soothes the lining of the stomach. And also combats abdominal cramps. It is best taken after meals. That is peppermint. And then rosemary. It's anti-inflammatory, anti-ulcer, calmative, and sedative. Rosemary. Rosemary contains anti-inflammatories. Ne? It is anti-cancer, not anti-ulcer, ne? And then sedative and calmative. They normally put it when they roast a chicken. It rolls all the fat from the chicken. But besides, it's very good for so many things. We will deal with that. Ne? And then chamomile herb. It relieves gastrointestinal problems. It is safe, effective, and useful for children as well. You can combine chamomile and peppermint to relieve indigestion. Chamomile and peppermint to relieve indigestion.
Can you use it as a tea? You know the tea bags that you get? Can you use calamine tea?
Yes. Otherwise, you don't have it in the garden, but we're going to plant it. And then cinnamon prevents and soothes indigestion. It treats gastrointestinal disorders. indigestion, gastritis, and gastric cancer. Ne? Gastritis is this sourness. Ne? Sourness, ne? The acid in the stomach, in the intestines, in the gut. Ne? And then ginger, they call it a universal medicine. I think ever since I started talking last week, ginger is always there. Ne? Yeah, okay. It relieves gas, bloating, and cramps. It settles the stomach. Ne? It removes gas from the digestive tract. You use it either as a fresh root, but never use it in an empty stomach. Yes. Never use it in an empty. It's got that. It's hot. Mm-hmm. And then radish. You know radish? The small red and white.
Yes.
That's right. Radish improves digestion. It keeps the gallbladder healthy. It protects against cancer. Radish. And the beauty of it is you eat it raw. Mm-hmm. And it also, radish dissolves gallstones. It dissolves gallstones.
And it grows quickly.
And then chili pepper, the one that you are afraid to take, chili pepper. It's very good for industry. Chili pepper. Ne? It helps to soothe, ne? Chilies protects the lining of the stomach. Ne? It is hot, ne? But you feel that heat, ne? For 2 or 3 days. After that, your stomach, your intestines are used to it.
Is it the cayenne pepper or which?
Which chilies is this? Cayenne pepper.
The one that you give me in the garden.
Yeah, the green. That's just the normal green chilies here. Yeah. I think they are actually cayenne peppers.
It prevents ulcers. Most people say, I won't take it. It causes ulcers. No, it actually prevents ulcers. No? And then pineapple, pawpaw, turmeric, and rooibos tea all help with indigestion. Pineapple, pawpaw, turmeric, rooibos, especially for babies. It's beautiful. Yeah. Okay. That is all about. Then we come to the thyroid gland. Thyroidism. The thyroid gland is somewhere here. It can if something goes wrong with it, it can mess you up. It can, and it in most people it doesn't show, but there are people where it show when it is swollen up. Then we call it a goiter. We call it goiter. Once it's swollen, it's called goiter. It is at the base of the neck here. No? When it is not functioning, when the thyroid gland is not functioning, it affects the whole body. The whole body. It affects the whole body. There are 2 types, and it is caused by lack of iodine. Lack of iodine. There are 2 types. There is hypothyroidism. Hypothyroidism is when the thyroid does not produce enough thyroid hormones, which regulate the metabolism of the body. It can range from mild to severe, leading to a coma or death. Hypothyroidism. In infants and children, it causes mental and physical retardation in children. In infants and children, it causes mental and physical retardation. And then with adults, the symptoms, they include low body temperature. Your temperature becomes very, very low. And then you are sensitive to colds. You gain weight. You have a dry skin, hair loss, constipation, fatigue, you're tired, depression, memory and concentration loss. Okay, I'm fast. Askis, Askis.
Gain weight,
Okay.
dry skin,
I said in adults,
hair loss.
I start with adults, it's low body temperature.
Yeah.
Adults.
Sensitive.
You are sensitive to colds. You gain weight. You have a dry skin, hair loss, constipation, fatigue. You're always tired. Depression, memory and concentration loss, muscle weakness, stiffness, and decreased libido. If you are married, you are not interested in sex. I mean, everything in you is wrong. So, even if daddy says, let's do it, you say, I've got a headache, I've got this and that. Liana, as a male, he is tired, not interested. Wait, it's horrible. Hypothyroidism is horrible. In women, it causes menstrual problems, infertility, miscarriages, and other problems. So it has to be treated. It has to be treated. It has to be treated. And if you have these signs, these signals or these symptoms, see a doctor. There are illnesses where you have to see the doctor before you use the herbs. Because in this case, there are two of them. It's the hypo and the hyper. So you can't say, I'm going to treat myself not knowing what is exactly the problem. So I prefer people to say, I've been to the doctor, and the doctor says it's hypo. Then we can, you get it. And then when it comes to children, don't take a chance. Infants and adults, don't treat it with herbs. They need what? A doctor. A specialist doctor to attend to it. Because it's children. They won't tell you what is wrong with them. Do babies tell you what is wrong? They don't. So the doctor will diagnose the child. Ne? Okay. And then we have hyperthyroidism. Hyperthyroidism. Ne? That is an overactive gland. Ne? They say it is less common. The patient complains of nervousness, rapid heartbeat, increased appetite, weight loss, excessive perspiration, they perspire, and then weakness, and then diarrhea. They are not the same. Do you see that the symptoms are not the same? The foods, they say it's hypothyroidism is common in females than in males. Ne? And then the food that interferes with the glands, the danger foods, ne? The danger foods. Excessive intake of broccoli, cabbage, cauliflower, turnips, Brussels sprouts, that family. That is the cabbage family. Excessive taking of it. Ne? So you have to reduce, but get it from the doctor exactly which one. It's hypothyroidism and hypothyroidism. The other one is because of excessive taking of pena. I eat cabbage, and it does good to me. I eat cabbage almost 2 or 3 times a week. I eat cabbage, and I'm used to it. I grow, but well, it doesn't affect. But the beauty of it is that it makes my intestines and bowels to move. I love cabbage. I love cabbage. I love cabbage. But there are people who are not supposed to take too much of that family. Ne? Okay. Treatment. Eat plenty of nourishing food. Eat plenty of nourishing food. And the nourishing food that we have talked about is the food that we have been mentioning all the time. Ne? And then with hypothyroidism, ne? There are herbs that you can use, but they are not available. Golden seal is no longer available. Ne? But there is barberry and myrrh. Barberry. B-A-R. Berry. And myrrh. Myrrh is M-Y-R-R-H. Myrrh. Ne? Okay.
Where do you get myrrh? Where do you get myrrh? Where do you buy myrrh?
Where do you buy what?
Myrrh. Where do you get myrrh?
Myrrh.
Myrrh.
M-Y. Okay.
R.
Okay. You get it from this camp.
She
And-
couldn't find that in this.
Okay.
I'll speak to you.
You speak to me. I order in bulk from the distributors. You speak to me. You speak to me.
Okay.
I order it from the distributors. Yeah. Because I order in bulk. Ne? But the golden seal altogether, it's not even the distributors here. They say it's one of the endangered species. It's no longer available from the Amazons and what. You can't get it anywhere, and it's very good. Okay.
And then can't you use the kelp? The kelp.
Okay.
Kelp.
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 Yes, kelp.
Seaweed.
It's a seaweed. Yes, it's good. Kelp is seaweed. You get it from. You know you can get kelp. You can get kelp from this camp. It's available. I know it's available. It's got that saltish.
Fishy taste.
When you taste it, you smell the sea.
Seaweed.
If you have been to the sea, when you taste it, but it's good. Okay. And then with you mix. You take a teaspoon of each. You mix them, but take half a teaspoon of the mixture, and then pour hot water on it, and then you take the cup, 2 to 3 times a day. But after you have been to a doctor, don't self-diagnose yourself. It's dangerous. Yeah? Okay. And then we come to diabetes. Diabetes. It's a chronic disease. It's common. And I've had people, some of my relatives, when you ask them what is wrong, then they'll say, it's one of these modern diseases. It's one of these modern diseases. As if it's something that you have to be proud about. It's not. It kills. They say it's one of these modern diseases. They put it's one of these modern diseases. Okay. It's called impaired glucose intolerance. Impaired glucose intolerance. You have to keep the body at all times, the sugar level controlled sugar level. Ne? Many herbs can help, but herb number 1 is cinnamon. Cinnamon again, like what? Ginger. Do you see what you have to keep in the kitchen? They call cinnamon a gold star. And then we've got two types of diabetes. Ne? Type 1, where the immune system destroys the cells in the pancreas that manufacture insulin. It helps the body to use sugar to produce energy. That is pancreas. Are you with me? The pancreas, ne? It manufactures insulin. And once the immune system affects the pancreas, then we are in trouble. You get it? It is evident, type 1 is evident in children, ne? And in young adults. I've once treated a child of 12 years, not even 12, over 10 years with diabetes. And I was surprised. And then when I read, I found children do have, and the parents didn't have diabetes, but it was caused by what the parents feed the children. Ne? Symptoms, ne? In children: intense thirst, ne? Frequent urination, rapid weight loss. And then type 1 damages the eyes, the kidneys, the heart, the nerves, and it leads to a coma or death. So we must be very careful. Very, very careful. Once you are aware of these symptoms, take the child to the doctor. Take the young adult to the doctor. And then type 2, that is an adult onset diabetes. It does not appear until the mid-40s, and it is like type 1. Ne? It comes as a result of inadequate production of insulin in the pancreas. It is caused by the defect in receptors of insulin. When the receptors on the walls of the pancreas do not receive insulin, then type 2 starts to be within. It affects the walls of the stomach, the walls of the liver, and the walls of the pancreas. Ne? Excess blood sugar causes damage in many areas of the blood, of the body. Ne? It causes kidney disease, nerve damage, blindness, and circulatory diseases. Circulatory diseases have to do with the heart. Ne? Okay. Keep sugar under control. And then type 2 develops in people who live sedentary life and people who are overweight. Sedentary life is the type that when I wake up in the morning, sedentary lifestyle, when I wake up in the morning, I wash, I go into my car, I go to work. And then I don't even walk. The car stands there at the doorstop, and then from there I'm seated the whole day at work. You get it? And then after work, I go into my car, I go back home, I sit and do nothing. There is never a time where I allow myself to take a walk around the block. I don't even make time to go into the garden. My type of life is sedentary. When you don't do anything, when your body is not moving, when there's no circulation, you get it. That is sedentary lifestyle, and it is very dangerous. Don't be comfortable when you drive a car and you don't exercise. We need these cars. They are a necessity, but they kill us. Favorite herbs? I said the gold star, cinnamon. Half a teaspoon a day may help to decrease the blood sugar levels. You can sprinkle some in your morning oatmeal or sprinkle on top of your toast. As it is, in a powder form. Ne? Beautiful. A gold what? Gold star. Fiber. When the blood sugar zooms up a big hill, ne? Eat a meal or a snack of beans, fruits, vegetables, whole grains. All these are packed with fiber and vitamins. For people who have diabetes, they already know that, hi man, the carrot has gone up, my diabetes has gone up. No? I don't have diabetes, so I don't know the science. I know them from the book, but they often tell me, I can feel. I was feeling this dizziness. Something was going wrong. Ne? So the meal. Before even thinking of going over the counter, you can go over the counter. Over the counter, it just lulls the pain or whatever at that time. But once it is finished, you go back to square one. Over the counter, they don't help. But fiber food, which is rich in everything, heals the problem. So we are talking about prevention is better than cure. Prevention. Bay leaves, yeah? You add a powder to the soups, né? And then there's chicory. It's a herb. You get it on the road. It makes beautiful blue flowers on the road. It's just that you don't know that it's chicory. Do you know about a coffee that is called chicory? That same herb, when you grind it into powder, it tastes like coffee. It's in the street, but we don't know it. Ne? One day, when all is well, we'll take a walk around our neighborhood, see what we have, or you invite us. wherever you are. Then we talk about these things. You see them, ne? Okay. And then there's fenugreek. Fenugreek, you get it at the health shop. It's a seed. When you put it into water, it becomes
Swells.
gel-like, and it fills the tummy and it clean. No? Green beans, especially the string beans, when you go into the garden, you just pull one and chew it as it is. The string beans, ne? They say it's fresh from the vine. You cook them in onion, ne? But you can also eat raw it as it is. That especially the string beans, ne? And then onions and garlic, they improve metabolism, ne? Garlic lowers blood sugar and prevents the heart and all cardiac problems. Garlic. And then turmeric, it's anti-diabetic, ne? It lowers blood sugar, increases insulin, protects kidneys against damage. Vinegar, not the ordinary vinegar. You can get that vinegar at ShopRite, not ShopRite, but Discount. There is a vinegar, that vinegar, which it's red in color, and then when you look at it, it smells like inside. It's made of, that is an apple. It's called a mother. That's the natural, healthy vinegar. It's available at Discount. It makes the stomach empty more slowly. Ne? It makes you full after eating. And it causes the body to absorb carbohydrates slowly. Ne? 2 spoonfuls, ne? In half a cup or a cup of warm water, ne? Will lower blood sugar. That is the vinegar. The vinegar that I'm talking about, right in brackets, Discount, available at Discount. And when you go to Discount, you'll see it. Inside that thing, that is an apple. That is called the mother apple. It's natural. Okay? And then you can also mix that vinegar with 2 spoons of olive oil. And then you use it as a salad dressing. A natural salad dressing that you have made yourself, ne? Without chemicals, without preservatives. Yes, vinegar is a preservative, a natural one. Almonds are nuts, ne? They reduce the level of sugar in the blood, ne? But don't take too much. Too much is not good. Just take a little almonds, not too much, ne? Because they have too much calories, ne? And then bilberries, you find them at okay. What is this? Vegetable water.
Food lovers.
Food lovers. Bilberries are plenty at food lovers. It's either bilberries or blueberries. They are very, very good. Ne? They prevent the retinal loss of vision. Loss of vision. Most people have what we call they lose their eyesight when they have diabetes. So bilberries are good there. You buy them, you can buy them and dry them and then grind them into powder and then pour water and drink. Or you take them fresh as they are. So I grind them into powder and mix them with other herbs. They are good for eyesight. Ne?
And then when you dry, how do you dry?
How?
How do you dry it? Do you just leave it in the sun? What is the process you use to dry it?
How do you dry?
Yes, what do you do?
Simple. The old method, old traditional method. You buy whatever you want to dry, and then you chop it thinly, and then you put it in a plate or a tray, stainless steel tray, and then you put it there in the shade. They shouldn't be dried by the sun directly. Okay, put it there. After 2, 3, 4 days, they are dry.
Okay, so you don't put it in the sun.
Hmm?
You don't put it in the sun. You put it
No,
in the
it's,
shade.
they are small.
Ah.
They are small, but things like peaches, the peaches,
Yes.
the fruits, you can put them in the sun, but cover them with a net. That's right. But the small, what, the sun takes away everything. Green tea. Green tea. Green tea lowers blood sugar. It lowers blood sugar, green tea. And green tea cleanses the kidneys. When you drink green tea, know that you won't sleep at night. You will be going regularly to the toilet. Green tea, but it does wonders to the body, the whole body. And then licorice, Licorise. Licorice. Use it as a sweetener. It's a herb. Use it as a sweetener. It's got that sweetness. Ne? Use it as a sweetener of sugar. Ne? Right. I think this is the end of my talk today. But I want you to tell me, of all the herbs or whatever we have talked about, which ones are common and which ones should we keep on our shelves?
Turmeric.
Ginger.
Cinnamon.
What?
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon. Garlic. Ginger was mentioned.
Even peppermint. Peppermint is in.
Peppermint.
Turmeric.
Turmeric. Yes. Turmeric. Turmeric is good for everything.
Cayenne pepper.
Cayenne pepper. That's right. So, before going over the counter, check what you have, and at the end of this month, when you do your shopping, buy these items and keep them in the house. It's your first aid kit. Have a chemist, your own natural chemist, God's chemist, in your kitchen shelf. Before we do what? Going to the counter. I don't encourage going over the counter, but I encourage you to go to the doctor for other illnesses.
Diagnosis.
Don't diagnose it. For a common flu that I had over the last few days, which made me to have a hoarse voice, I nearly didn't come. I was telling Julia yesterday at chat that I pray God that my voice opens up. That's right. Because there are people that I must give this message. And God has opened my voice. Thanks. That's how God works. He provides the heat of the sun to make my body hot. God's natural remedies. I think that is it. Any questions? And then next week, I will handle the arthritis, cancer, and what else? And the heart.
The
Fasting.
Yeah, I've got it in the book.
And liver. Liver. Liver.
The liver.
Yeah.
Okay, let's say cholesterol. One lesson, cholesterol. Cholesterol. Cancer. Arthritis. What else? Okay. And cancer is broad. Cancer is broad. You know why I am handling cancer? It's because I have so many people who have come to me, some even phoning me, and then others are already having treatment at the Johannesburg hospital. And then I said, let me read. I've got a book that God has. You know, God provides. He just makes you to go to such and such a place, and then you get such and such a thing. So, and then I found cancer is silly. Cancer is an animal. Cancer lives. It lives. It lives. So we'll deal with it next week.
If somebody's got diabetes, what is the top 3 things you would suggest to them? If somebody's got diabetes, what would you say to them? Do these 3 things, or these 5 things. What would you say to them? What's the top 5 things? Stop Coke. Stop. What's the 5 things you would suggest?
I would suggest that stop eating fried foods.
So more raw foods.
Stop drinking frizzy drinks. All of them. That's right.
Yeah, they're poisonous.
That's right. And then I would say eat roughage. And then use cinnamon. Cinnamon.
That's your top.
It's the top one. The others follow. They don't beat cinnamon. Cinnamon, that's right.
Okay.
And what else? And then exercise.
Excellent. Yeah.
What is important is to change a lifestyle. And meat. Don't eat meat. Especially don't eat meat. In fact, all types of meat. I don't have meat. I've decided I was eating meat. I was eating chicken. I was like all other people, but I decided in my fridge I no longer have meat. All in the cupboard there I have soya, all types of soya, and then plenty of vegetables in the fridge. And then I cook my soya in such a way that my grandchildren, we are an extended family. The other one stays there, the other one stays there, and then I stay here. The grandchildren stay with me here, and then go to their mother and father and then say, they don't cook vegetables. They are eating meat all the time. Granny, where is the stuff that you keep in the fridge? Which one? Then it's the soya. The way I cook it, they love it. Soya and lentils. It's beautiful. And then they like the salads. I have changed my grandchildren.
Wonderful.
Okay, their mothers and fathers, okay, won't change. They eat all this night. But my grandchildren, I am trying to say they must live a healthy lifestyle. Change of lifestyle. It doesn't come overnight. You pray for it, and God will help you. You get it, my sister? Yes. You get it, yes?
Yes, thank you.